Alright, hey, what's up, everybody? So I appreciate you guys clicking on my video. This is just a quick one I'm gonna do to kind of kickstart my channel and just give it a test run and see how things go. I've never done YouTube videos before, and I'm freestyling this one. I don't plan on editing it. I'm just gonna do it off my phone and upload it. This video is just kind of talking about meditation a little bit. That's gonna pretty much be the focus of my channel, and well, not just meditation, but a lot of things in that field that have to do with like consciousness, higher levels of consciousness, um, lucid dreaming, astral projection, and just exploring your mind and what you're capable of doing, because we're all capable of doing a lot of things. And yeah, I want to talk about that with you guys. So, a little bit about myself. My name is Trey. Um, I've personally been meditating and exploring that field and uh, getting that information and knowledge through books and a lot of YouTube videos, watching different YouTubers, and of course, just meditating myself every single day since I want to say March 2017. Um, how I got into it was one day I was just laying out by my pool, and this is when I was living in Vegas. And it was one of those summer days where it was real hot outside. It was like 115, 114 degrees. And I was laying out there just relaxing, just got done smoking a little blunt, chilling, ate some good food, and I was just enjoying my day. I usually don't take naps, and that's how I do, but I was so relaxed and felt so good laying in the sun. My body was vibrating, and I was just feeling good laying out there. Where I'm originally from, we don't really get sun like that, especially not that hot. But I don't know, my body adapted to it really quick, and I was loving it. So uh, I was just laying out there and decided that I'm gonna take a nap. And when, sorry. So yeah, I was laying outside and decided I was gonna take a nap. And I closed my eyes. And next thing I knew, I was in full on dream mode. I was having full dream scenarios going on, just like I closed my eyes and it was ready for me to go to sleep at nighttime. But the thing that was, I wasn't even asleep yet. I was still fully awake. I could hear my neighbors next door doing what they were doing. I could hear the cars driving down the street, airplanes flying above. I was fully aware that I was in my backyard, laying down. I was not asleep at all, but I was completely dreaming. And I kind of opened my eyes and I was like, whoa, am I dreaming? Like, what the hell? That's crazy. So I closed my eyes again and I went back in another dream, and I was laying there for a while, probably like 30 minutes, just cycling through different visions and dreams. And I opened my eyes again. I was thinking to myself, like, did I just meditate? And so I hopped on my phone and I went on YouTube. I typed in like something meditation or how to meditate or something, and I found a lot of you guys might know Infinite Waters on YouTube. Shout out to him. I found his video, and that is when I don't know how many subscribers he had. I think could have been maybe 100,000 subscribers. He's up there now. I think almost at 3 million last time I checked. But yeah, he wasn't even, definitely not at a million subscribers yet. Even not even at 500,000. Like I said, probably around 100,000. But he had a lot of videos, and I saw that he had been doing this thing for a long time, since like 2008. He had a lot of videos on stuff. I didn't take the time to just binge watch at that point, but I watched a few videos, and I realized that like I just unintentionally meditated, and he introduced me to binaural beats, which is something I want to get into in another video and go deeper into. But if you know what binaural beats are, then you know how powerful those are and how much of a tool they could be for meditating. And so, yeah, I watched one or two videos, and I was really feeling the vibe, and I was like, cool, cool. And he had a binaural beat even playing in the background of his video, and that alone was already kind of putting me in a good state to want to get into the mood to like meditate, And so then, yeah, I watched the whole video on binaural beats, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna find one I like. I went and grabbed my headphones, my big old Dre beats, and found a good binaural beat I liked, put it on. I had my air mattress back there. I threw it in the pool and just laid out flat in the sun and closed my eyes, and I just drifted off into a whole new world. And for me, I realized that I didn't have to sit up like a guru like I used to think that most people did when they meditate. Not that to meditate you gotta sit up crisscross applesauce and have your hands like that, like Rafiki from The Lion King or something, and just or like a monk, you know. And um, I mean, I learned right off the bat that you don't have to do that. You could just lay flat down on your back, and so that's what I was doing. I just laid on my back, I had a little pillow on the air mattress, and just lay there. And I was probably out there for 2 or 3 hours until the sun started going down. And I was just having so many visions, cycling through memories I forgot as a child. I was feeling physical sensations on my body, and it's like I was lucid dreaming pretty much. And I didn't really, at the time, I don't think I understood exactly that I was lucid dreaming. I just knew I was having visions and stuff. Because to me, at the time, I was thinking that lucid dreaming was just when you completely control your dreams. Like Doctor Strange would say, you could just, oh, I want it to rain. Okay, it's raining. Oh, I want to go to Egypt. Okay, I'm in Egypt. I want to go to space. I'm in space. That's what I thought lucid dreaming was. I didn't know lucid dreaming was just when you're aware in your dreams, and that's it. And which is something I also want to talk about later on. So, I laid out there for a couple hours, and I was just having a bunch of great experiences. And boom, I went inside, went to my bed, kept meditated all night until I fell asleep. And I had a very, very vivid vision that night, and that's when I started writing all my stuff down. I wrote down all my visions and put it in my notes on my phone and what I experienced. I went to bed that night while meditating with my binaural beats playing. I had really vivid dreams where I was aware and everything. It's like something just activated in my body. I feel like when I was laying out in the sun, and I was out there, it was 115 degrees, and I wasn't hot, too hot or anything. I felt perfect. I felt good. My whole body was vibrating. My forehead, my pineal gland was tingling, vibrating. It just opened. It's like something in me just activated, and from then on, I was just full meditation mode every day. I made sure I took time to meditate for at least an hour a day. But well, for that whole 2 weeks, actually, that whole 3 weeks, I meditated all day, every day, because another thing I realized was I was at home alone, and I have a girlfriend and I have kids too. At the time, my kid wasn't born yet though, and my girlfriend was back home with her family, just preparing for the baby that was soon to come and everything. And I realized that well, she wasn't gonna be home for another 2 weeks, and I was already at the house by myself for a week, just chilling. And I realized in my head, I was like, well, I never really had this much time in a house by myself alone because as a kid, I always lived with my family, and then when I moved out, I had lived by myself or I lived with friends. I always had friends over with me. I stayed at a girlfriend's house or something, and so I never actually had just all this time to myself. And so I chose really not to hang out with any friends for the rest of the 2 weeks that I had to myself. And I'm gonna just meditate all day long. When I wake up, go eat, do what I gotta do, and just meditate all day. And that's what I did. And um, that's when I learned about astral projection. I found a YouTuber named Ryan Cropper, who I learned a lot from. I credit a lot of what I learned from meditating and just little techniques and stuff to him from watching his videos, because the way his mind works and what he's learned over the years just really helped me. And so, and there's a few other guys I watched too that helped me. And so, yeah, I just spent that whole 2 weeks just meditating all day, every day. And my goal was to astral project. That was my whole goal. Is every single time I meditate, I close my eyes, I want to astral project. I want to leave my body. If you don't know what astral projection is, that's something I could get into later and just spend a whole video on. But astral projection is when you leave your body, you get into a really deep trance of meditation, and we have 7 different bodies in our body that we operate from. Subconsciously, we operate them, or we could consciously operate from them. And I'll get into that later too as well. But your astral body is one of those bodies. And a lot of people think we use our astral body when we're dreaming, but we actually are not using our astral body when we're dreaming. And I'm gonna get into more detail about that later. If you have an idea of what body you think we use in our dreams, then put that in the comment section. If you do know, put it in the comment section. Um, if you think I'm wrong about that, put that in the comment section as well. But our astral body is just another body that we have. Some people say it's like a ghost body, but it's just a projection of yourself that can come out. And depending on how well you can master it, you could do different things with it. You could explore uh, different dimensions with it. You could remote view people in real time or in the past, in the future. You could maybe just walk around your room and not see anything and just kind of have a feel for it. You could, some people, when they astral project, they might do it on accident when they come out of sleep paralysis, or because sleep paralysis is just you coming back from astral projection, but you weren't aware of it. You did it um, unconsciously while you were sleeping, and that's why your body is stuck and you can't move because you're not in your body at all. And that's something else we can get into too. But anyways, yeah, your astral body is just another it's like a ghost body pretty much that comes out when you get into really deep trances or when you get into sleep paralysis. Or sometimes even when while you're dreaming, you could astral project while you're dreaming. But like I said, it's not your astral body you're using while you're actually in a dream. But anyways, my whole goal when I was meditating was to astral project. And what I realized from that was there's levels to it, like astral projection is like the last level. That's level 10. That's up here. But if you can even reach level 2 of that, you're gonna have some dope, crazy experiences. So as I'm trying to reach level 10, which is astral projection, I'm reaching level 4, level 5, and having vivid visions, feeling physical sensations on my body. Even had a point where I had all my thoughts that we all could sense in our head. When you're thinking, you could sense your thoughts in your head. I had them shoot down on my heart before, and that's kind of hard to explain, but it's just a whole different feeling, a whole different essence in your body, a whole different. You just feel. I felt like the embodiment of love in a way, like all the trauma's gone. And I felt like that a lot from meditating, just from being in a deep trance and feeling good. You feel really euphoric and blissfulness and just beyond happy. There's different levels of happiness. There's blissfulness, there's joy, there's euphoria, there's all of that. There's nirvana. I'm past that. But when all my thoughts shut down in my heart, that was something completely different, and that happened twice to me. And another time, shut down my stomach, and that's kind of when I realized what chakras were. A lot of people talk about chakras all the time. Oh, you gotta align your chakras and open your chakras and all that stuff. And I think different people have different interpretations on exactly what a chakra is. But for me, I realized from my own personal experience that chakras are like spaces of awareness where you could uh, operate from. It's like our main consciousness, our thoughts in our brain that are up in our brain that we operate from and we use to make our decisions consciously and all that. It's operating from our crown chakra. That's where I don't know if our consciousness exactly sits there, but when we're thinking like, should I do this or do that? You could feel it up there in your head. You could feel it in your crown chakra, and that's where our main consciousness operates from. But I realized that our subconscious operates from our other chakras, from our throat chakra or pineal gland, and that's when you just you can see through the BS or whatever. You're using your third eye to see through, using discernment, and uh, you you might have your visions and your dreams and all that stuff, and you just feel more connected and tapped in, and it's your subconscious telling you something, and your stomach and stuff. Might have that gut feeling, or you feel that love for somebody. It just hits you out. It's just automatic. It's that automatic feeling because your subconscious is operating from those chakras. And some people, they're kind of messed up with their emotions and certain aspects of their life, which could correlate to those chakras, like your heart or your stomach and stuff. So that's what people say, you gotta align your chakras and all that. But what I realized was, um, you can move your main consciousness down to these other points of your chakras, And I did it on accident without trying to, but I'm sure there's a lot of super advanced people out there that meditate that could do it on command, and like might even, I don't just want to use monks as example, but a lot of people like to use monks as like people who are really advanced in meditating. So I'm going to use them as an example right now. But for instance, maybe there's some monks out there that can walk around with all their thoughts that we center in our head down in their heart area. And so they're walking around all day with all their thoughts in their heart because they really master their chakras. They can move their thoughts down to their stomach area. Like I said, I did it on accident. And but there's probably people that could do it on command. And that's just my own little theory. And that's why I don't even think it's a theory. I think it's kind of facts because I actually experienced that, and just from meditating. And also kind of made me think about babies too. It's like, I don't know if consciousness comes into a baby as soon as they pop out the womb, as soon as they're born and they come out, boom, consciousness is absent to the baby. But if consciousness is already in the baby while they're in the womb, where is it sitting at? Because as far as I know, I could be wrong about this. I'm not a scientist, but the little amount of research I've done on this online, it says that the brain is the last organ to develop in the baby, and I believe the heart is the first one. And if I'm wrong about that, correct me. But it says, the heart is one of the first organs to develop in the baby. And so if there's any consciousness at all inside of that baby while it's in the womb, then where is it sitting at? Is it sitting in the heart? It's probably not sitting in the brain because the brain is the last organ to develop, right? So that's what kind of made me think, you could revert back to that state, just from meditating or mastering your chakras. Maybe you could revert back to that state when you were just a baby, And, I kind of think sometimes about like infants and stuff when they're a newborn baby, like is their consciousness still sitting in their heart area? It's like a newborn baby can't feel depression, they can't feel sadness, uh, if they do, that's not normal. You're completely doing something wrong. As long as you feed the baby, as long as they get their sleep, as long as you change your diapers so they don't get an infection or anything. If you don't change a baby's diaper and get sick, and they know that in their mind, it's programmed in there. That's why they're gonna cry and cry and cry because it's uncomfortable, and they know that hey, if you don't change me, I'm gonna get an infection and I could potentially die from that. So as long as you give them their little attention and play with them and stuff, and then they're happy. And that's really basic needs that I feel like just come from the heart. It's just all those are loving needs. Feed me, um, sleep with me, cuddle with me, make sure I get enough sleep. Um, change my diaper, tend to me, love me, and that I feel like that purely comes from the heart and also the stomach. Instinct. That's kind of instinct. So maybe the consciousness is moving into that area, and then it goes up into the heart once they mature a little bit and get exposed to something. Maybe some type of trauma makes the consciousness shoot up there to make them uh, think a little more or something. I don't know, but that's just something I learned from my experience of the super cool thing that happened, which was all of my thoughts that we all could sense in our head shooting down to my heart two times. Once on one occasion, and then another time a couple days later. And this was all like the first week of me meditating. So the first week of me meditating, I'm having crazy experiences, and When it shot down to my stomach, that happened because I was laying there meditating, and my stomach started to hurt really bad. And I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, my stomach hurts. Like, I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta go boo boo. Like I'm in a deep trance. I'm already laying there for like a cool hour. Got my binaural beats playing. I'm having visions and deep lucid dreams and all the stuff that comes with it, And I'm like, damn, my stomach hurt. I got a little bathroom, man. Like, and I'm thinking in my head, like, all right, I'm gonna just get up and go. And then I'm thinking, as soon as I think that, boom, all my thoughts in my head that we censor our head, I just feel it. Like you can feel it, like just shoot down. I don't know. It's kind of like when you wake up in the morning, you take that first drink of cold water, your throat's dry, and you're like, I need something to drink. And you take that first drink of cold water, you can just feel it just go down, just hit your chest and everything. That's how it felt. I could just feel all my thoughts just go down and hit my stomach area. And it's kind of hard to explain because we don't have eyes in our stomach, so it's not like I'm seeing through my stomach, but I'm thinking like, I don't know. I know I'm like it's crazy, and it only lasted for like 45 seconds, probably a minute, but that's all the time I needed to know that just experience something amazing and great. And every time I experienced something like that, I would always Google it. I'd be like, oh, what the hell? Like all my thoughts shot down to my heart, and then so I hop on my phone, go on Google, type in while meditating. All the thoughts in my head went down to my heart, and then boom, I come to realize, oh, that's a real phenomenon that happens to people when they meditate. And I just experienced like a super advanced form of meditation that people actually try to practice. And that would happen a lot to me that I'll be meditating and I experience some crazy phenomenon or something. And I'm like, oh, what just happened? And yeah, I Google it and realize like, oh, okay, I'm on to something. Cool, cool. And that's also what kept me watching a lot of the other YouTubers too, because they would talk about different things that seem kind of taboo or esoteric or out there or crazy or wild, or somebody talks to you about that, you're gonna be like, nah, like, what are you talking about? That's weird. Like, but um, I'm experiencing that, and I'm like, okay, like, it might sound crazy, but that's real. Cause I'm actually going through it. I'm experiencing it too. And so, yeah, I had a really massive awakening, and I don't know what did it. I like to joke around sometimes and be like, oh, like, maybe I had a heat stroke out there laying in that 115-degree sun, and I was just hallucinating, and it stuck with me. And now, to this day, every time I close my eyes and just sit still, it only takes me 2 minutes to have deep visions, and I can sit there and tell people what I'm seeing and all that stuff. I don't know. Or maybe the sun just activated something in my DNA that was dormant in there that has been in me since the beginning and is in all of us. And if we just take a little bit of time, which most of us don't do, to sit back and go deep within ourselves, close our eyes without going to sleep, without the intentions of going to sleep, and making sure you don't go to sleep, then you can really discover some really cool stuff. You can do some really cool stuff, and you'll learn a lot about yourself, about the people around you, about the world. Um, Sometimes you don't even have to ask questions. You just observe and realize, and that could either be something about yourself or somebody else. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I have a lot more to talk about, a lot more that I could have easily made this video 2 hours, but I want to do more and I want to be more specific in them and talk about more specific topics. But like I said, this was just kind of introduction. And as I talk, I feel myself get more comfortable in front of the camera, and I feel like I could do this. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. Um, just kind of starting to get a feel for this. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep the same name as my channel. I mean, keep the channel name the same forever. I just made it randomly. I named it Meadow Sun, and that's because my mom's name, her name is Meadow. She passed away in 2013, but I just love her name. I think she has a beautiful name, and I love the sun. I kind of contribute the sun to my awakening, like I said, and I'm her son, so Meadow Sun. Doesn't sound that cool, but maybe as I get more subscribers and more followers and build a little community here and a family, that name might warm up to me a little bit. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.